present the City of Ringwood World Series, arranged in conjunction with the Ringwood City Council and the Ringwood Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Now, the winner in today's grand final will win an around-the-world trip visiting America, England, Europe and Hong Kong. Also, the World 10-Pin Bowling Championships in Milwaukee, USA during the month of August. The runner-up today will receive a $50 cash order from Yarra Valley Tyres, Ringwood's leading supplier of Goodyear Power Cushion Polyglass passenger tyres. And for the first perfect score, and this is the only chance we have for it today, of a 300 bowled in the series, a current model Valiant sedan from the Rock Bottom car dealer at Ringwood. Ringwood Chrysler, right in the heart of Ringwood. Well, a great grand final coming up. The boys have already started to play, so to introduce them, we take you once again to Ed Fleming.
Thank you very much, Bill, and good afternoon, everyone. We're in the first game of this three-game grand final with Paul Jongebloed and Ray Cooper having won their way through over the last 9 weeks. We're in the fifth frame of the first game. After 4 frames, Paul Jongebloed was 68, Ray Cooper 55. Paul having a 13-pin advantage. Paul has just picked up his spare in the fifth frame. Ray is shooting for 2 pins here in his fifth frame. The 2-8. 4-8. He's picked them up, and so there were 13 pins of difference. Both bowlers having spared in the fifth. Paul being 68, Ray 55. Now they're going to be a 3-game series.
And Paul been bowling very, very consistently coming up to this grand final. He's had some pretty good scores on the way through it.
Yes, Paul was holding a 200 average in his first round match, a 426 over 2, and in his quarter-final he bowled a 405 over 2. So Paul Jongebloed holding a 200 average coming into the grand final. Ray Cooper has beaten Eric Thompson, Bob Mercer and Luigi Buccarelli on the way through. So we have a fairly competent 2 bowlers for this world trip. The trip goes through Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Milwaukee, New York, London, Paris, Copenhagen, Munich, Venice, Rome and Hong Kong.
It's a great trip, isn't it?
Yes, they'll stay in Milwaukee for a couple of days to watch the opening of the World Series there, with 42 countries competing for the Championship of the World. Australia will possibly be sending a team of 15 bowlers to that event. Here comes Paul Jongebloed to bowl his 6th frame in the first game. Paul with a slight advantage over Ray Cooper. He'd be favourite for the event. Ray coming up to the quarter-final. Paul's got another strike. He's the youngest competitor in the field, Paul, and has bowled magnificently to get through to this grand final. There's Ray Cooper. All the pressures on him to beat Paul. He's bowling remarkably well. Ray's got a strike. There's been no trouble to Paul. He bowls a very good semi-roller ball. He uses a lot of energy in his approach to the game. Practices hard, and he has shown that it's paid off to come through to this grand final. He's got 9 pins, left a single pin there, and Ray Cooper, who has a strike on the board in the 6th frame, will be attempting another strike here. Looks a good ball. Came in a bit late and left him 2 pins. Paul Jongebloed shooting for a single pin spare.
Yes, he's made no mistake about it either.
Ray Cooper needs to convert. The score in the 6th frame for Paul Jongebloed is 108. 95 possible for Ray Cooper who picks this up. So we still have this 13 pin separating them in this first game.
Still a pretty tight game, isn't
it? Yes, well it has been. The lead was achieved in the 4th frame, and they've paced it out to the 7th frame, scoring equally as they went along. So Paul's advantage was achieved in the 4th frame of this first game. Ray has paced him since then, so it's a matter of who breaks down first. Well, Paul hasn't got the strike. That's it. Well, now Paul will go a little further ahead in this first game. 113 to Ray, 15 pins behind in the 7th now. Paul, having a strike in the 8th, has the opportunity of increasing his score if he can achieve the turkey and 3 strikes in a row. Ray Cooper picking up the 6-10. Paul Jongebloed coming up on lane 18 into his 9th frame, having got a strike in the 8th. This is the City of Ringwood World Series, and very well supported by the local members of the Chamber of Commerce and the Municipal Council, one of the most active and forward-thinking councils in the metropolitan area. Full marks to them.
Ray Cooper is a clerk, and he's got the strike there again. Ray married his wife, Elizabeth. We are watching him today in this grand final.
Jongebloed, a single lad, contract cleaner, 23 years of age. As I said before, has a tight game and a very good semi-final ball. He's got another strike. He's got his 3 in a row for a 158 in the 8th. That's his first ball in the 10th frame of Paul. He could take out a 158, 218 possible. Ray Cooper, he could read that one all the way down the lane. So Paul's shooting for a 218 if he can get turkey in the last. Ray, a possible 193.
Both of them bowling very, very good.
Oh, he's left the 10 pin. He nearly had the 8-10. That's ruined his 218. One pin standing in the way. Ray Cooper left the pin. He was after a turkey also. 162 in the 9th, 187. It's a 25 pin advantage to Paul Jongebloed. And Ray Cooper still to finish, but Paul's got a 207, continuing on his merry way of holding it better than 200 average in this World Series bowling from Ringwood Lanes. Ray Cooper, possible 182. Ray's taking it out with a 182. That's the end of the first game in this grand final of the World Series from Ringwood Lanes. 207 and 182.
This is the grand final of the World Championship bowling. Here are the latest scores. The boys at the moment, that was after the first game, 207 to 182, with the advantage being to Paul Jongebloed. And we're in the 5th frame now in the second game.
Yes, the 5th game, 5th frame, Paul Jongebloed have got 4 strikes out of 5 shots in the second game. Struck in the first, 9 missed in the second, and 3 strikes in a row. Ray Cooper, an 8 spare, a strike, 7 spare, 8, 1, and a 9 spare. So Paul Jongebloed is really burning at the moment. He's got another strike that gives him 5 strikes out of 6 shots in this second game. So Paul Jongebloed, who's 25 pins ahead after the first, has really consolidated his lead in this second game. So Ray Cooper's really hit a line on this and strike out, but he's got 8 on that shot, leaving 2 pins. So we have Ray Cooper battling his way through with Paul Jongebloed running very hot. He looks to have a distinct advantage here in this second game with 1 game to go. It's a 3-game series. Ray Cooper on the approach. 2 pins left. Bowling for his spare. He's converted it. Paul Jongebloed going for his 5th strike in a row. He's got 4 up. The 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th. He's in the 7th frame and going for his 5th strike in a row, having got 5 out of 6 so far. There's his next ball.
Oh, God, I got it again.
Yes.
That's 6 strikes out of 7 frames.
That's right.
Good bowling.
5 in a row. This is the way to win world trips, Phil. That's the bowling that takes it out in the finish. The Ray Cooper, he's got into it too with a strike. Looks like a worthy grand final for this world trip, the trip to the International Championships in Milwaukee, USA. Paul Jongebloed coming up in his 8th frame, having got 5 in a row, going for his 6 in a row. He's gone across and he's left the 7 pin. Splendid string of strikes by Paul Jongebloed.
Well, this is the chance now for Ray Cooper to try and fight back in this game. It's a 3-game series. We're in the second game.
He's split. And he's got the 4-7-9. Ray Cooper. Paul Jongebloed going to his single pin in the 8th frame. Second game. He's converted it. Which gives him 167 to the 7th. For Ray Cooper, if he's converted this, he'd be 125 and put Paul another 40 pins ahead. 25 pins ahead in the first game, so Paul's approximately 60 pins advantage second game over the 2 games. So Ray Cooper really has to pick up his game.
Well, there's still a chance there for Ray, because we have another game to go after this, and still 2 or 3 frames to be played here.
Paul seems to be continuing his 200 average that he's bowled right side up. He's left the 10 pin this time, so the concentration that he's created right throughout the series needs to hold it for another game, 4 frames. Ray Cooper might come back. He's come back with a strike now in the 9th. Ray can turkey out here. He'll have a 203. Paul is a possible 236.
Which is a terrific score, isn't it?
It is. He bowled at 224, which is the highest game. He bowled in the first round against Ruth Gerster. So he bowled a 202 and a 224. In his quarter-final, he bowled a 201 and a 204. He's already got a 207 up, and he's got a possible 236. Ray Cooper's got a 9, and that blows his chance of a 200. So Ray Cooper, all the other bloke coming in. He's got the strike in again.
Oh, he's bowling well.
206 to the 9th, Phil. He's got a 216 already. He has 2 more shots to convert this strike in the 10th frame.
I might add that's not Ray's wife in the background.
No, she's been very happy through the last few weeks. Here comes Paul with his second shot in the 10th frame, second game. And he's got a 9. So this gives him a possible 226 for his second game, which will give him 6 200 games in his qualifying and the grand final. Tremendous bowling by Paul Jongebloed. Ray Cooper.
It was.
He's left himself 3 pins. Sleeper at the back. Paul Jongebloed going for a single pin. And he's got a 226.
Good bounce.
Tremendous bowling by Paul Jongebloed. Ray Cooper has bowled a 170 in his second game.
Right, well, there it is. After the second game, we'll be back for the 3rd game in the grand final in just a few moments. Well, this is the grand final of World Championship bowling, and here we have the scores at the end of the second game with quite a handy lead to Paul Jongebloed. At the moment, the boys are bowling in the final game. They're up into the 3rd frame.
Yes, Paul Jongebloed with a 433 over the first 2. Ray Cooper 352. 81 pins advantage to Paul Jongebloed. He's now holding a 210 average over this series of 6 games. He's bowled on television. He's bowled 1264 for 6 games, and he's 81 pins ahead. Now, we're now in the 3rd frame of the 3rd game. Ray Cooper had a 9 miss, and he's got a double in the 2nd and 3rd. Paul Jongebloed had a strike, split. He got a 9-2, and he's got a 9. He's shooting for his spare in the 3rd. So Ray Cooper's picked up a little bit of the leeway by getting this double. So Ray's out there to string these strikes together and try and get back into the game.
Yes, he'll need to string quite a few together too. There's a lot hanging to this and around the world trip. Yes, that takes them to America, England, Europe, Hong Kong, and also the World 10-Pin Bowling Championships in Milwaukee, USA.
The 10th round of the... Ray Cooper's got his 3rd. He's strung together 3. He's not giving up, and Paul Jongebloed is coming in for his 4th frame. Having bowled a 226 in his 4th game, he's now left himself a split, and a bright change has come over the game. with Ray putting together a turkey and Paul having a split. So Paul could be losing a bit of the concentration. It's been a pretty heavy match for him after bowling so well. His concentration will count in this last game. He's had a go at it.
And he missed it.
Yes. So he wasn't going to be satisfied with a single pin. He tried to convert that split and missed altogether. Ray Cooper now coming up. He's got a turkey, got 3 in a row. He got 9 the first with a miss, and he's now got his first ball in the 5th frame, 3rd game. Ray Cooper trailing 81 pins after 2 games. He's gone across the head, and he's
not quite left the split there.
Well, he lost his line that time and went into the Brooklyn, but not enough work on the ball to mix the pins around. Paul Jongebloed taking out a strike in the 5th. So Paul is back into his striking vein and see if he can complete all the 200 games that he's been getting.
He's only 23 years of age, Paul Jongebloed. Missed then to Ray Cooper, left it open, and Paul is bowled very consistently right throughout the series.
Machine just recycling for Paul, coming into his 6th frame. Been bowling in the City of Ringwood World Series over the last 13 weeks. And in the television finals, he bowled in round 1, the quarterfinals, and straight into the grand final. Whereas Ray Cooper had to win 3 segments to get into the grand final, as he competed with Luigi Boccarelli. Semi-final, but Ray struck again, and he's not giving up. He's 93 in the 5th with a strike to follow. Paul Jongebloed is attempting to convert the spare for a 74.
Well, Ray's going to put up a good score here in this final game.
He's picked up 20 pins, Bill. He's now 60 behind. A lot relies on him striking and what Paul can do to hold the game together. He's 80 in the 6th, Paul. Ray 93 in the 5th with a strike following. There's Ray coming in. It's an off right, beautiful ball. Worked it beautifully into the pocket. He's got another double. So we can't say he didn't put up a fight in this last game. Paul Jongebloed, not onto the head pin, left himself a single pin. So Ray Cooper is 23, 52, 83, 13. He's got a possible 243, which is not out of the way if Ray could strike out. He'd take this game out. It's Paul going for the spare. So it need Ray Cooper around the 240 mark and Paul around the 160 mark, Bill, to make this a close match.
Well, let's see if Ray can do this time. Ray Cooper coming up on the lane.
Yes, he's in his 8th frame. He got 2. He's going for turkey.
He's looking for it. He's got it.
He's got turkey. He's into the 8th frame. Paul sitting on a spare in the 7th. He's going into the pocket. He's a bit heavy on the head and he's got a strike. Oh, a fuzzy one. He went like a lump of blancmange. It's one of those strikes that bowlers are not looking for, but when they get them, they seem to smile. Here comes Ray Cooper making sure his grip's right. In this City of Ringwood Chamber of Commerce World Series bowling grand final. Ray Cooper coming in. He's got a 9. That's broken his run and it's made it very difficult now. We'll get a read on the scores in a moment. 120, 51.
Oh, the young fellow coming home full of steam, ahead of steam.
He's got a double in the 8th and 9th Paul Jongebloed. Ray Cooper, 152. He's picked up 52 pins up to the 7th frame on him, but he's missed that spare, and I think he's missed a trip around the world, Phil. Here comes Paul. Ray Cooper, 180 in the 9th frame.
Been a great series.
Yes. Paul's in. 3 in a row for Paul Jongebloed. He's back into his striking run. He had a little bit of a lapse there. where he got a couple of splits in the 4th and 6th frame, but he's back and got a turkey, Ray Cooper, in the 10th frame, and got a 9. Possible 200 here for Ray Cooper. He needs to spare strike. Paul Jongebloed, 130, 160 or 190 going possibly for Paul, which will be his first game that he's missed the 200. Here comes Ray Cooper shooting for his spare in the 3rd game in the last frame. He's taken it out. Paul Jongebloed now, the young up-and-coming World Series bowler. It's his first big tournament win, I understand. He's bowled very well right throughout to get himself in the almost safe position now. He's 159 in the 9th. He can get a 179 this last game. Ray Cooper can get a 200. He has. Ray Cooper 200. Ray Cooper 552. And Paul going for his last pin, 179, being a 600 and 600.
All right, we're working those out. They'll be going up here in just a moment. It looks as though Paul Jongebloed, his score could be 712 as against 612.
612 to 552. Paul Jongebloed winning the World Series by 60 pins from Ray Cooper.
All right, and we'll be back in just a few moments for the presentations.
Here we have the results of the grand final in the World Series from Ringwood Lanes. Paul Jongebloed with a 612 defeated Ray Cooper with a 552. A 60-pin win to Paul Jongebloed, and here's Philip Gibbs.
Well, now we come to the presentation time, and first of all we'll go over to the runner-up, Ray Cooper. And Ray, you stuck a pretty tough customer in the grand final.
Sure did.
Well, what happened with your game there?
You tell me.
Well, Paul bowled very well, as we mentioned, and when he was stringing together those strikes, it must have got you a little bit worried at that stage.
Well, if you keep putting them there, you must get them, so that's just the reason.
Well, Ray, congratulations on being the runner-up. You've had a great series. It's unfortunate you won't be going back to America, but we have with us Mr. Stan Vaines from the Yarra Valley Tyre Company for the presentation to you as runner-up.
I suppose I can't say congratulations, Ray, but you did a pretty good job in that last game. I thought you were going to come good. On behalf of Yarra Valley Tyre Company, here's a small consolation for you anyhow.
All right, well, there it is. And now we go over to the victor in the series, Paul Jongebloed. Well, Paul, this would be your biggest win ever, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah, just about, I reckon.
Have you won any other major tournaments in the past?
Oh, only $100 things, you know, spot cash type things.
And you'll definitely be taking this trip, I'd say.
Oh, I reckon. I think I could be talked into it.
It'll be a great trip for you anyway, and congratulations on the way you bowled, not only today, but you averaged well over 200. And before we introduce the mayor to make the official presentation, here's something that you will be very proud of. This is the 275 badge. It's one you can wear with distinction and with a great deal of honour for competing in the series and the 275 average.
Thanks very much.
All right, and now we'll go over to the Mayor of Ringwood, Councillor John McRae, to make the official presentation.
Thank you, Phil. Congratulations, Paul.
Thanks very much.
A magnificent bowling effort.
Thanks very much.
You are still a young man, and you have many years of good bowling in front of you, and I hope that one day you'll represent Australia in international tournaments.
So do I.
Congratulations, and all the best for your trip, and I hope to see you back again
Thanks
here
very much.
another year.
Thanks very much.
Thank you, Paul.
Well, no doubt, Paul, you'll learn a great deal at Milwaukee and watching the World Championships there.
Oh, yeah, I reckon I will. It'd be a great thrill just to go over the opening there.
Paul, how long have you really been bowling?
Oh, about 4 years, I suppose.
And it's a wonderful achievement for you. Congratulations once again. A round of applause here for the winner. And our thanks to the Mayor of Ringwood, Councillor John McRae. This series presented in association with the Ringwood Council. Now, next week we'll be back with high school bowling. In the meantime, on behalf of Ed Fleming, it's a very good afternoon to you all.